Hey, Dave, first of all, just how was your experience at the White House? Did it exceed what you expected?
It did. I think we all had high expectations of what to expect, and certainly exceeded all of them. Spending time with the president, Madam Vice President, they were engaging, they were present, really took the time and just kind of to get a little bit of the tour of the White House, spent some time in the Red Room, the Map Room, walked by the China Room. So it was kind of like the American president. I got to revisit that, but no, it was fantastic. And hearing the things that he said about baseball in relation to our country and the Dodgers, it was very special. And I thought Clayton did a great job of being the master of ceremonies right there and helping us present the jerseys as well.
What was your first impression when you saw Joe Kelly walk up in the mariachi jacket?
So I saw Joe in the morning at breakfast at the hotel, and it was more of a smile with the head shake, but not surprised, unexpected, but not surprised by the outfit, and just seemed pretty fitting.
Dave, as far as Trevor goes and being put on administrative leave, how do you plan on covering Sunday now?
I think right now for us, it's going to be a bullpen day. We'll try to figure out how to, so it's TBD for the Nationals, and for us internally, we're just kind of trying to figure out who's on our roster as far as arms and try to piece together.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead.
Hi, Dave. Do you think that you guys have turned Kamala Harris into a now Dodgers fan instead of a Giants fan?
Well, we worked on the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, and he's a Dodger fan. So we worked on her husband. We got her a jersey. So I know her Bay Area friends weren't too fond of that presentation, I'm sure. But I think she has a little bit more love for the Dodger blue, certainly.
I love it. And with Julio pitching tonight, what has stood out to you from his last few outings?
I thought the last one was really good. I thought that the couple prior, he let a little bit of emotion or some situations or pitches or things that didn't go his way kind of frustrate him. He's emotional, and we love that. But I thought he kept his emotions more at bay his last turn, and was really good. So he's pitched well in this ballpark, as I recall. So I like him, and I think he's going to pitch well tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Mark Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, just over the years, you guys have talked a lot about clubhouse culture, how you guys have built a strong one, and that's helped you guys have all the success you've had. Are you worried that this situation with Trevor Bauer can damage that clubhouse culture? Can it?
I'm not worried about the guys in the clubhouse right now. We had a great day today visiting the White House, and right now, just with the travel and things like that, we didn't hit on the field, but guys are moving towards getting ready to win a baseball game. So I think that, there's a lot of things that take place that are out of guys' control. And, I think that for us to stay together and focus on winning baseball games, nothing's going to change that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, very good chance that you're going to be down a starter for a while. How do you plan to set up the rotation going forward?
Well, if you're looking at Sunday and then Friday, they're going to be bullpen days, and obviously with David being able to take down 2 innings, maybe 2+, and just kind of seeing where we're at on those particular days and try to piece together. That's kind of where we're at. There's no one there's a move that we might make with another player tomorrow. So for a little bit more length, but yeah, it's going to be kind of piecing it together, Bill.
Is it practical at all to try and stretch out David Price to be a starter mid-season?
It's possible. I don't know if it's practical. It's something we'll probably talk about, and just knowing where we're at until we get to the break, it's going to be 2 days where we need a starter. So there's not a whole lot you can do in that time, but I think I understand your question, and that's something we'll talk about, see if it makes sense.
And with Trevor going on administrative leave, do you have a roster move to take his spot today?
We're going to activate Brusdar Gratterall, or recall Brusdar. So he's been down there in OKC and was with us at the White House, and he's excited to be activated.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Next questions from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, you talked about Brusdar kind of not being a finished product. Where do you see him kind of slotting in with the bullpen? Some leverage, or give him like a little bit of a soft landing spot?
I would say probably the latter, but every out's important. And we have some guys that are throwing the baseball well. And I think for me, it's just looking at putting Brusdar in positions to have success.
And with Scott Alexander, is he a possibility to get activated at some point? How's his recovery going?
It's going really well. He's been throwing the ball really well. I think he's in the middle of a back-to-back. I think this is the second back-to-back tonight. So then he'll have a couple of days off. And I think Monday is the first day where we're thinking about potentially bringing him back or activating him.
Thanks, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Next questions from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I know you've kind of talked about, you don't think, fatigue has really played a part with Julio just based on the stuff. I mean, did that last outing from him kind of do anything to further prove that to you? That's more just about performance and finishing pitches than it is, fatigue or where his pitch counts at or anything like that?
Well, it certainly helped, Ron, but we do a good job of monitoring our players daily. And so in watching a starter through his starts and how things kind of look and play out has shown that he hasn't shown fatigue. And I think just the performance certainly cemented that. But we've known that he's felt good the entire, the last few weeks where people start talking about fatigue. So we're going to continue to monitor it, manage it, and expect him to perform at a high level as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next questions from Alden Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Logistically with Trevor, I think this is allowed, but I'm wondering if the plan is for him to continue on this road trip with you guys and take part in pregame work, maybe mix in some sim games or something to keep him stretched out. What's the plan there?
I don't know completely, Alden, but I think that with administrative leave, you're not allowed to be with the team in any capacity.
Oh, okay. My apologies. And then also I was wondering just sort of what your thoughts were on MLB taking this step. And I'm wondering just, even though obviously this is going to be logistically a tough thing for you guys because you're going to have bullpen games, was any part of you relieved that I guess they took it off your hands and this is not something that's hovering over you guys this weekend?
Well, I think that this is where, we were at yesterday, where I was in a position to not say anything because Major League Baseball was dealing with it. And they did. And so I still and the Dodgers still take the stand of we're going to support whatever decision Major League Baseball makes. So to your question, we're focusing on tonight. Obviously, we need to figure out Sunday, and we're trying to figure that out as well. But that also is affected by the next 2 nights. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I hope I answered your question.
Got it. Yep. Thanks, Dave.
Okay.
Last questions from Fabian. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, has Josiah Gray sort of progressed enough where he's an option in the near future for you guys, just as someone who can provide more length?
I think that he is progressing. I would say option in the near future, probably not. To get him back, to get him built up, to get some length, to also perform and show he's healthy. We're still down the road on that one, so we'll see as time goes on.
And then I know you said you're not really concerned as far as like guys keeping their focus and stuff like that, but I'm sure when you guys as an organization also read some of the allegations there's probably some thought, at least to like how people will react to that. I guess how was sort of your thought of how to best handle it and sort of see how the room sort of handled it as you got to Washington?
I think that when it comes down to when you get here, guys handle it differently. But I think as far as a team, it's not anything that affects how we prepare and our goal, our job to do the best we can to win a baseball game for the Dodgers. So I don't think it's much more than that, but certainly, it's on guys' minds, but I don't think it affects performance.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.